Good afternoon, respected prof and classmates. My name is Yang Jiaqi, and today I present assignment 3 for PWA8015. Over the next 12 minutes, I will guide you through a strategic, research-based roadmap for transforming faculty culture at Guangzhou Zhuoyue Senior High School in partnership with GCIST. We begin with hard data, 3% turnover and rising burnout, then diagnose the hidden cultural drivers behind those numbers. Apply Cotter's 8-step change model compressed into 3 action phases, and finally project measurable returns: financial, academic, and reputational. My purpose is threefold. First is show how organizational development theory translates into concrete school policy. The second one is demonstrate that cultural work and teacher professional development are inseparable. And the third one is invite your critique so this plan can be sharpened before real world rollout. Please join questions as we proceed. Your insights will be invaluable during our Q&A at the end. And let's ground the discussion in facts. Internal HR records show an annual voluntary exit rate of 30%, triple the national benchmark for comparable Chinese private school. A recent wellness survey reveals that one-third of remaining teachers self-report high burnout symptoms, insomnia, emotional exhaustion, and surface acting in class. Meanwhile, our compliance-driven culture focuses on drill and test routines to secure exam scores, yet accreditation panels increasingly ask about holistic learning and teacher well-being. Parents notice the gap. Complaints logs have risen 32% in 2 years, citing teacher turnover and robotic lessons. If unaddressed, these forces threaten 3 revenue streams: tuition from incoming cohorts, top-up fees for elective programs, and future alumni donations. In other words, faculty stability is not a soft issue. It is the economic engine of the school and the cornerstone of students' outcomes. Urgency is not rhetorical, it is statistical. And for the cultural pathology, we can see that organizational culture operates on 3 nested layers. Artifacts are visible: corridors, scoreboards, red line pass rate charts, and notorious hire or fire notices taped outside HR. They broadcast the single message: only numbers matters. Exposed values in brochures promise holistic excellence through creativity, yet daily briefings rarely mention creativity, revealing a misalignment. Underlying assumptions: the deepest layer equate tight control with institutional survival in a competitive private school market. Teachers internalize that assumption, leading to defensive teaching, little experimentation, and chronic anxiety. The net results are cynicism, low innovation, and a fragile sense of psychological safety. Sherins reminds us that unless we tackle beliefs, not just the policies, change will revert under stress. Therefore, every intervention you hear today, from loyalty policies to mentoring has been designed to surface, challenge, and ultimately replace the control with equal survival mindset. And let's move on. To shift the culture at scale, we adopt Cotter's 8-step model, validated in dozens of higher education reforms. But we group the steps into 3 digestible phases to fit the academic year rhythm. Phase 1, launch. Establish urgency with transparent data and create a change guiding coalition that blends authority with informal influence. Phase 2, scale. Craft a vivid student-centered vision, over communicated through multiple channels, remove structural and psychological barriers, and celebrate early wins that prove changes is possible. And for phase 3, anchor, institutionalize new policies, budget seats for faculty, rewrite handbooks, annual culture reports, and hardwire feedback loops so success measures update strategy in real time. This paced plan respects our context as a private market-dependent school where fiscal years and accreditation cycles drive decision windows. For next, we consider the steps one and two is urgency and coalition. Step one is create the urgency. We hold an all-staff forum, presenting turnover and burnout figures alongside the financial forecasts. Unchecked the attrition could cost 1.8 million yuan annually in replacement hiring and lost electives. We also share anonymous parent survey commands to humanize the numbers. And the step two is build a guiding coalition. The CGC includes the principal, finance director, HR lead, three respective culture carriers, teacher widely trusted across departments, and one parent-student liaison to ensure our reforms serve the learning community, not just the management metrics. Monthly CGC meetings follow a RACI template: responsible, accountable, consulted, and informed. So roles are crystal clear. Together, this team owns the narrative and the decision flow, preventing change fatigue and the silos. And with the coalition in place, we craft the vision statement, a supportive, innovation-driven faculty culture that empowers every learner. We anchor the vision into proven examples: Singapore professional learning communities and Japan's lesson study cycles, demonstrating that Asian contexts can lead, not just follow, in pedagogical innovation. Communication uses an omni-channel strategy. Monthly town hall streamed live and archived WeChat mini blogs posts with infographics for busy teachers, anonymous pulse surveys via QR codes outside staff rooms, 15-second check-ins that feed real-time settlement to the CGC dashboard. Poster campaigns featuring teacher success stories to visualize early wins. Redundancy is intentional. Quarter argues people must hear a new message at least 7 times through 5 media before it sinks in. And for the step 5 and 6, empowerment starts with policy reversal. Punitive quit fines are abolished and replaced with a 10% loyalty bonus that vests after 3 years. The bonus is budget neutral, funded by saving from reduced emergency hiring. Next, the curriculum website allocates 20% timetable space for teacher authored modules, STEAM labs, debate clubs, or service learning, project giving staff ownership of pedagogy. Early wins are planned, not accidental. Innovation Week showcases pilot modules and the quick turn survey targets more than 80% positive feedback. Behind the scenes, HR fast tracks micro-credential certificates into promotion criteria, signaling that experimentation is a career safe. These actions lower structural barriers and deliver visible success within 1 semester, validating the CGC promise. And for the next, scaling begins once credibility is earned. Faculty representatives secure 2 permanent seats on the annual budget committee, ensuring PD fines survive. Leadership transitions. The staff handbook is rewritten in plain language to reflect new policies, and each chapter links to QR-coded explainer videos. Physical space matters too. A disaster storage room becomes a collaboration lounge with movable furniture and the screens, a daily reminder that critical dialogue is valued. Finally, we publish an annual cultural report blending dashboard metrics with narrative case studies, distributed to parents and board members. These artifacts, systems, and governance levers anchor the new culture by embedding it in routines, budgets, and bricks and mortar reality. Let's move to the training engine, 3 tiers. For sustained cultural change demands continuous capability building, so we launch a 3-tier training engine. The tier 1 is peer coaching materials. Teacher observe one another's classes bi-weekly, then debrief using the praise question suggest the protocol. No administrator present, ensuring psychological safety. And tier 2 is reflective workshops. Monthly 90 minutes sessions where volunteers present short video clips of local lessons enhanced by AI analytics that reflect talk time ratios and question in depth. And for tier three is structured mentoring. Each new hires with the master teacher for 1 year. Mentors receive 1,500 stipends and line on their appraisal. This blend of peer analytic and the hierarchical learning respects adult learning theory. Teachers on their growth while still receiving expert scaffolding. And next one is for the 7S framework. We verify that every organizational lever points toward the same cultural goal. For the strategy, teacher growth become a headline KPI in the 5-year plan. And for structure, a new professional learning office reports directly to the principal, not buried in HR. And for system, appraisal rubrics allocate 30% weight to instructional innovation, 20% to peer collaboration. And for the style, leadership undergoes coaching in psychological safety behaviors, active listening, public acknowledgement of risk taking. And for staff and skills, cross-disciplinary teams replace isolated departments for project-based electives. And for shared values, our vision mantra is printed on every staff badge lanyard. When all 7 elements align, resistance drops and momentum builds exponentially. And for the measurement scorecard, a dashboard keeps us honest, leading indicators PD hours per teacher, pulse surveys, safety index, mentoring meeting completion rate, flag progress before outcome shifts, lagging indicators, voluntary turnover, job satisfaction scores, peer parents net promoter score, comfort impact targets, turnover down to 27% of month 6, 20% by month 12, JSS up 0.5 on a 5-point scale, parent NPS plus 15. The CGC reviews the traffic light dashboard quarterly, and the red metric triggers a 2-week micro action plan with named owners. Transparency raises accountability, and public dashboards build trust with teachers who have seen many short-lived initiatives in the past. To keep improvement for planning, we propose 3 future-oriented upgrades. The first one is agile sprints. Every 8 weeks, departments run micro projects such as flipped classroom pilots, then present sprint reviews all staff meetings. And second one is the leadership KPIs for psychological safety. Principal and heads appraisals include a safety index derived from anonymous surveys, training culture directly to reward. And third one is AI tailored PT coach and opt-in platform analyzes classroom ADU and suggests targeted resources, questioning strategies, real-time practice on demand. These upgrades future-proof the change by embedding rapid cycle learning and tech-enabled personalization. And for the projected impact, impact unfolds across 3 horizons. Year 1, turnover down 10%, saving 600,000 in recruitment costs, and innovation withdraws media coverage, boosting brand visibility. And the year 2 faculty research output climbs 15% as collaborative culture fuels joint studies. 2 new industry-funded labs generate extra revenue streams. And for year 3, a recognized people-first brands lift enrollment, stabilizing tuition income, and attracting higher-performing students, which in turn elevates exam results and league table position. And for the key takeaways, firstly, is the current culture gap is a direct threat to educational quality and financial resilience. And the second one is a quarter-aligned, data-rich play that marries PD with structural reform offers the credible path forward. And third one is governance plus a real-time dashboard ensure the change in interest rather than fading after the lunch bus. In short, faculty culture is not an HR footnote. It is the master switch for student success and the institutional prestige. And thank you for your alternative listening. I now invite your questions. And that's all. Thank you.